December 3rd, 2021. Halfcast 199, episode 199. Let's go. Happy Friday, you guys. Of course, I have a few things to share with you. An evening of reflection. Shall we? Police looking for parents of suspected Michigan school shooter. Attorney says they'll return to face charges. That's because everything worked out so well with Brian Laundrie, right? Please, oh, please tell us we're bringing Dog the Bounty Hunter back in on this because he was instrumental into how we found the last perpetrators. Police in Michigan cannot locate the parents of Ethan Crumbley, the 15-year-old boy accused of murdering four of his high school classmates Tuesday. Jennifer and James Crumbley were charged earlier Friday with 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. A warrant is out for their arrest. And where do we keep after this happened with the whole Brian Laundrie thing where he was missing for like a month? He just fell off the radar. You would think that all parties involved, law enforcement would be corralling them just to make sure if we don't need anything else for you besides questioning that we can find you. No, they gave him that window. They let him go, their attorney said Friday night. The two were out of town for their own safety and would be returning to face the charges. The Detroit Free Press reported Oakland County Sheriff Michael Bouchard had said on CNN that the Crumley parents were missing. Michigan law enforcement issued a statewide be on the lookout BOLO alert for Jennifer and James, describing the couple and their vehicle. If they think they're going to get away, they're not. Any other case, media is on your front yard every time that you step out your door. They get the mail, they get the garbage, especially a high profile case like this. This is nationwide coverage here. And you just let these people walk out and slip out into the heat of the night. Ethan Crumbley fatally shot four of his classmates Tuesday at Oxford High School, located in a Detroit suburb. Police and school officials also said Jennifer and James ignored warning signs that Ethan would shoot up the high school. Ignored is putting it mildly. When you're mopey 15-year-old, hey, you don't pay any bills. All you got to do is go to school. What do you think? You don't have a girlfriend? Like, you don't. You don't sit your boy on the back porch and give him a Coors Light and ask him like, you don't have a crush on anyone, son. You're 15. You're in the prime of your teenage existence, and just give him a talk. No, you don't ask him anything. Me personally, the way it's described as his behavior was leading up to this, I would be afraid to be in a house with him with a gun because he might off the parents and then go on to the school. On Monday, 3 days after Ethan received the handgun, a teacher saw him searching for ammunition while on his phone at school, according to police. The school called the Crumley household and then told them about it. According to police, Jennifer responded by texting Ethan, LOL, I'm not mad at you. You have to learn not to get caught. You see, this is when your parents are your friends and not your fucking parents. This shows that there was a chance to nip this in the bud. There was a chance for this. Ethan returned to school Tuesday when a teacher noticed a disturbing sheet of paper on Ethan's desk. According to prosecutors, they said the paper contained a gun, a pool of blood, a person who appeared to be shot, the words blood everywhere above a bullet, a laughing emoji, and three short phrases: the thoughts won't stop, help me, my life is useless, and the world is dead. If nothing else, that is a cry for help. School officials quickly called a meeting with Ethan and his parents. According to prosecutors, Jennifer and James were dismissive of concerns at that meeting, even though they were asked to get Ethan counseling within 48 hours. They reportedly insisted that he be allowed to go back to class. And as a parent, the last thing you want to admit is that maybe you failed as a parent, that maybe your child has a problem, that, like, you don't wanna admit it, but the sad story is sometimes that's the case. Like, sometimes you might just have to sometimes the best thing for you to do is actually swallow your own pride and get the kid some help outside of your own parenting, and maybe get some help yourself to keep him on the right track once you get him corralled. 3 hours later, Ethan pulled a gun and began shooting classmates. Police said the shooting was methodical. After the first reports of a school shooting spread, Jennifer texted her son, "Ethan, don't do it," according to the police, but it was too late. James Crumbley reported the weapon missing 15 minutes later, having left it in an unlocked drawer. They were actually a lot closer to this than I initially believed. Like, they probably knew he was unhinged or something. No parent ever wants to realize that their child may be going through something mentally that, as a parent, that you can't fix on your own. You don't Yeah, nobody wants to admit that, but sometimes it might be a tough pill to swallow, but in this case, it could have avoided a lot of trouble. Next up, if you like the show, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know you're rocking with your boy. New York City school finds 21 weapons with metal detector on day of installation. 21 weapons. First off, it's just one school, and this is just one day. Metal detectors in 3 Brooklyn schools discovered 21 weapons just one day after they were installed. The New York Post first reported the incident, citing anonymous law enforcement sources, but Nathaniel Steyer, the deputy press secretary for the New York City Department of Education, confirmed the reporting to Newsweek. Steyer told Newsweek that the items were found during scanning across 3 different schools at the Adams State campus in Brooklyn. According to Steyer, there are at least 1,000 students across all 3 schools where the metal detector scanning occurred. Weapons of any kind have absolutely no place in our schools. They have a huge place if almost every student has one. And our outstanding school safety agents safely recovered these items during screenings, ensuring that all students and staff are safe. Steyer said in a statement sent to news statement continued all protocols were followed and school staff are following up with students regarding appropriate interventions. While speaking with the New York Post, Greg Floyd, president of the School Safety Agents Union, called the discovery of the weapons the tip of the iceberg. He gets it. He gets it. Spokesperson for the School Safety Agents Union confirmed the number of weapons to Newsweek. The spokesperson also added that several other weapons and contraband items were recovered later in the day on Friday. It's like warriors, like bats, knives, chains. Like, yeah, according to the New York Post, the 21 weapons found on Thursday included knives, yeah, 4 stun guns, 7 cans of pepper spray, and 1 pair of brass knuckles like 3 o'clock high. The spokesperson for the school safety agents union confirmed this, reporting to Newsweek, and added that on Friday, 6 stun guns, 9 cans of pepper spray, and 1 knife were recovered from metal detector scanning. The spokesperson also said that 2 bags of marijuana were also confiscated by the school officials. The union spokesperson also explained to Newsweek that only one metal detector was installed in the building, which is home to 3 different high schools. So one metal detector out of a facility of 1,000 students only caught 21 guns. I'm gonna say the safe number here is at least 100 weapons. If they put one at like every entrance or every exit or whatever, they're probably gonna catch 100 plus weapons or just 100 plus things that kids are not supposed to be having. Anyway, the recovery of the weapons comes shortly after a 17-year-old teen was arrested by New York Police Department officers for bringing a loaded handgun and $30,000. I covered this last night into the Urban Assembly School and Law and Justice on Adam Street, which is within the building where the metal detector was installed. This is what compounds the problem and makes it more tricky, is because you have the kids that are clear, flat out troublemakers that are bringing the weapons into the school. Then you also have the kids that don't want to get hurt and they're actually bringing the weapons into school to protect themselves. It's just a powder keg for things to happen. And yeah, I'm glad they found that many guns. They're probably going to find more as they tweak the system and put more equipment in. Next up, man accused of simultaneously working as principal of two schools located 400 miles apart. Man has been accused of working as the principal of a Providence, Rhode Island school while simultaneously keeping his former job as a middle school assistant principal all the way in Washington, D.C. So, what if you accusing somebody means they're actually doing something wrong? What did he really do? What is he really doing wrong? The incident is one example of a broader trend that appeared during the COVID-19 pandemic. As many office workers transition to a remote workplace, some seize the opportunity to juggle additional employment in the form of a second full time job. However, because many full time jobs prohibit employees from holding simultaneous positions elsewhere, these efforts are typically kept secret. What is really wrong about it? What is he doing? According to an August report by Forbes, about 50% of survey respondents said that they've worked for another company while on the clock with their employer. The movement has even spawned overemployed.com, a site that teaches curious remote workers how to successfully navigate multiple full time jobs. In the most recent example of this ethically murky trend, I've heard about people on vacation and they're supposed to be at home. They're like, I'm working remotely. Like, so what's the point? It doesn't matter. Michael Redmond, an assistant principal with DC Public Schools, has been accused of holding a second full time principal job 400 miles away. According to a complaint filed by the District of Columbia Board of Ethics and Government Accountability, as long as he's fulfilling his duties of office that he was sworn into, or whatever the hell they do to principals, what the hell is the problem? I'm still trying to find this killing me. Redmond admitted to the transgression. Like, what is? Come on, man. Really? It's a transgression? But I just got a second job. Shit, Redmond admitted to the transgression, which violated what the fuck of the district code. The district code of conduct. This isn't the military. Like this is this seems like something that's just way too strict. As long as you can hold on, I think the only thing you did wrong is not letting people know in advance that I'm heading up two staffs for two different schools. I don't see like what is the problem here? As long as he's performing his duties equally or exceeding them on both ends, that's it. Specifically, the code stated that DC employees are prohibited from engaging in any outside employment, private business activity, or other interest that is reasonably likely to interfere with the employee's ability to perform his or her job. Fair enough. He began working in person as principal of Providence's E Cubed Academy. Oh, yo, two syllable words and three syllable words been whooping my ass all week. Please pardon me, people. On July 22nd, 2020. Meanwhile, he remained employed virtually as the assistant principal of Kramer Middle School in Washington, D.C. Redmond managed to keep both jobs for a 17-week period from July 22nd to 2020 until November 30th, 2020. The complaint also stated that as an assistant principal for DCPS, Redmond made an annual salary of $125,444. Hey, you're getting to that money. You're not gonna let some schoolhouse punk run up in your classroom and dump $30,000 cash on the desk and show up your job. No, you're gonna make that bread. I mean, come on. It wasn't like he was stealing from the school budget or anything like that. Let's keep it real. People that passionate about still working with children in the school system as it is today are in short supply. So even though his contract on paper says he wasn't supposed to do it, I can't be mad at him for still just yeah, for having the energy, for just having the energy to fill both slots. I'm not mad at him. Next up. Plumber finds 500 envelopes full of checks, cash, inside church bathroom. And if you ask me, this is not even an article because the what checks? What cash? Okay, yeah, checks. All right, what cash? A plumber found 500 envelopes full of cash and checks inside the bathroom of the Houston, Texas church of celebrity pastor Joel Osteen. Oh, his cup runneth over. It's not stealing if you give a little bit back. A plumber said that he found the money lodged behind the toilet while he was doing work in the bathroom of Osteen's Lakewood Church on November 10th, according to clickthehouston.com. The plumber, who was not named during a call with radio station 100.3 The Bull, shout out for him for being a good Samaritan, because it would have been an early Christmas for Avery Johnson and family. Said that he noticed, please don't steal from people. Please don't. That he noticed a loose toilet in the wall and they looked off the tile. This looks like somebody was trying to hide money. Like, really, there underneath the loosened tile was the stash of cash and checks. Checks go bad. Cash, you could still, there was a loose toilet in the wall and we removed the tile. Well, then remove the tile. He said, according to the Houston outlet, I went to go remove the toilet and I removed some insulation away, and about 500 envelopes fell out of the wall. Mob money, man. It really sounds like mob money. A representative at Lakewood Church told the outlet that, hey, you didn't see anything. You should have came to me first before you called the radio station. A representative at Lakewood Church told the outlet that a large number of envelopes had been found in the building. It's unclear how much money was in the hidden stash, but the church issued a statement explaining they alerted the Houston Police Department about the find, which is investigating the incident. The news follows a 2014 incident at Lakewood Church when $600,000 was reported missing from a. How are you so huge that that type of money can go missing? Finding money in fixtures of the building. Jesus Christ. Literally. Fun show, fun show, fun show. That being said, I'm going to wrap this one up, but I will be back to talk to you guys very, very soon. Adios.